So welcome back guys. Today's video is going to be a comparison video between the Ping G5 driver, which was released back in 2005, 15 years ago now, and I'm going to compare it to the Ping G410 driver and just see which driver comes out on top. So before I get started on the video guys, if you haven't already done so and you enjoy my content, please subscribe to my channel. It's completely free of charge. All you have to do, hit that subscribe button down below, because as soon as I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm doing a giveaway for a brand new Spider S or Spider X tailor-made putter. So all you have to do to be entered into that draw is literally subscribe and comment on any of my videos, but don't leave it too late because I am starting to get a little bit closer to that 1,000 subscribers mark. Ping G410, Ping G5 driver, 15 years difference between the two. Has technology really made a massive difference to the game of golf? Obviously we're going to compare it today by hitting 10-15 shots with each club, looking at the different spin rates, looking at the total distances, looking at our offline shots, and just finding out how much technology has really changed. So before we actually get started and hit a few balls, what I wanted to do was actually take a little bit of a closer look at these golf clubs. So what the Ping G410 driver has in comparison to the Ping G5, it actually has this adjustable hosel which allows you to adjust lie angles, the loft of the golf club as well, so you can actually change the loft by up to 1.5 degrees either way. So we've got a 10.5 degree driver today. I'm going to leave it on 10.5 degree because that's what the Ping G5 is, so we're going to keep it exactly the same. However, with the Ping G410, you could go up to 12 degrees or you could go as low as 9. So it does have that adjustability which the G5 doesn't have to offer. So Ping are actually saying that the Ping G410 has a fast forged face, and what that means is that they've actually heated it slightly different so that the face is that little bit thinner in order to create maximum ball speed and also give ourselves that nice sound off the club face. So again, if we actually have a little look at the two clubs at setup, what we'll notice is the Ping G410 driver is a little bit more aerodynamic, and they've done this to try and increase the club head speed numbers and in turn our ball speed on our total distance. So as you will notice, that Ping G5 is a little bit more chunkier, doesn't quite have that aerodynamic look. So in comparison, the Ping G410 has loads of added benefits compared to the Ping G5. It looks a lot smarter. However, does it perform better on paper? And that's where I wanted to compare the two. I'm going to take 10 shots with the Ping G410 and the 10 shots with the Ping G5. So it is time now to get on the simulator, get myself warmed up and hit a few shots just to see how the products actually perform. So I'm going to start off with the Ping G5 driver now. So I'm going to hit a few shots just to see how it performs, what it feels like off the club face as well. Let's give it a hit. Again, playing with that regular shaft, so my spin rate is probably going to be that little touch higher. However, it doesn't matter because I just want to compare it against the other one, just to see how it performs. So that's gone 247, quite a high spin rate on it. I'm not expecting the ball to go super far. Felt a little bit tinny off the face, didn't exactly feel the nicest. But it performed pretty well and went pretty straight, which is obviously a benefit. Let's go again, let's hit another shot. A little leaky right, but it'll do. Again, didn't strike it great, but it's gone down there again, lots of spin on it, which I'm expecting. Doesn't feel the best off the club face, but it's alright again, it's down there again. What's it gone there? 270, so still gone 270 with an old club, 15 years old this is as well. Pretty good. Right, let's go again. Tell you what, it doesn't feel bad really. I mean, not great stuff to face again, but it's still getting out there, performing pretty well. Quite like that. I'm actually really surprised, to be honest with you. I mean, I was thinking 15-year-old golf club, me hitting it I thought I'd actually struggle to get it past 240, 250. I mean, that carried 261, so I was pretty happy with that. A little bit turny over on that last one. Again, if you've watched a few of my videos before, you probably know my bad shot is left. But again, in terms of the distance, the shot was pretty good. A little bit offline to the left-hand side, but I mean, in terms of feel off the face, it don't feel great. But performance-wise, so far, can't complain with it. 2,800 spin, again expected. Again, caught that one out the toe, but it's still gone. I mean, Ping G5 representing down here. 273 in terms of distance, nice and straight. Pretty good for a regular flex shaft. True temper, TT light. But yeah, I mean, in terms of everything, it's actually doing exactly what it should be doing. But really good, I'm actually shocked. Right, so let's hit a few more. Tell you what, I smoked that one straight down the middle. 239 carry, but it's gone what, 250, 252. I mean, nice and straight. If you hear that sound though, it's a little bit tinny off the face still. I don't like the feel of it off the club face. Yeah, but in terms of performance, still performing very, very well. Again, it's a pretty good hit. I mean, every single one pretty much going around that same distance, same sort of strike, but it's actually doing quite well. Pleasantly surprised actually with the Ping G5. Right, let's hit 3 more. Oh, I tell you what, I've got that one a little bit turny over. Carry distance was up though, 262. A little bit offline to the left hand side. 280 though, even with a Ping G5 driver, which shows me a lot of the time people are swapping clubs even though there's not a benefit. Hopefully I'm going to see that the Ping G410 goes a lot further than this one. But I mean, even with a Ping G5 I am still creaming it. Tell you what, easy to hit though. 250 in the air carry. It's not bad. Obviously, compared to my own driver, it is a lot shorter. However, that is not what I'm looking at today at all. It's gone 267 total. Feels good again. Right, last one with the G5. Let's see how we get on with it. Last shot. Again, great strike on it. Little bit off to the left-hand side, but it was a good hit. Pretty happy with it. Again, carried around that 256 mark. So, on the whole, pleasantly surprised. The only downside to the driver currently so far is the sound. I don't like the sound off the club face. A little bit too tinny. It doesn't feel good to hit, which is always a benefit, obviously, hitting a nice driver. So, it is time now to pull out the Ping G410 and give that one a little bit of a go. So I've just swapped the colour of the shots over to blue opposed to our yellow shots that we just played, keeping everything exactly the same in terms of regular flex. The only thing that's changed is the head. So I've got the Ping G410 head, and obviously it's a slightly different shaft, the Alta CB regular flex shaft. So again, pretty happy with them last ones. Let's see how the Ping G410 compares though in comparison. Already dressing it behind the ball, looks a lot more solid, looks a lot bigger in terms of the head, but let's see how it performs. That's the main thing. Does it perform 15 years better than the G5? I mean, I healed that one, carried 240. It wasn't the best hit, to be honest, at all. So didn't feel the nicest that first hit, and it's got a little bit shorter, but that could be because my strike was terrible. But let's go again. Hopefully got to get a bit better than that last one. that was a better strike. So that was a good shot. Felt pretty good off the face. Carried about the 250 mark again. Pretty good strike though. Felt a little bit better off the club face. I don't know if you could hear or not. It's got a slightly different sound. So it does feel that little bit better. And that might be because of that thin face that we were talking about earlier. But felt pretty good. Oh, 3. Nightmare. I hate when I do that. Right. In terms of the launch was pretty good. Gone roughly the same distance to the Ping G5, has they? Right. Let's tee that up a little touch more. But felt pretty good again off the club face. Really nice in terms of the feel. Distance wise, gone pretty similar to the G5. Little turning over again like the G5s, going roughly the same distance as those. It was an okay hit. A little bit club face closed on that last one. Backspin 3,300. So backspin still a little bit high. Obviously for me, I need to lower that backspin number if I did want to get optimal distance. But this isn't what this is about. This is just comparing the two. Alright, so this is about comparing the G410, the G5 in a regular flex. Not focused about how I can add more distance on. This is literally hitting these shots and seeing how they compare. Right, so I've got another 6 shots left with the G410. Again, it wasn't the best of strikes, a little low off the face. Ball's gone right the way down there still though. So in terms of forgiveness, pretty forgiving. Hit a few more miss-hits with this club, I'd probably say, but it's performed pretty well still. Right, 5 more. A bit of a fadey one. 233. It's actually got a little bit shorter, but we're going to have a little look at all the numbers afterwards. This is literally how it feels, what it's doing, and for me, it doesn't feel a million miles away from one another. However, it probably feels a little bit better off the club face on the Ping G410. Right, 4 more. So I mean, that was left, that was a bad shot. It's gone longer purely because it's gone left. So pretty hard to obviously take that one into account. But if you've noticed as well, my last few videos, I've still got my cap on, because if I was to take it off, I'll probably look a little bit like Jack Grealish. My hair has grown so long during the lockdown period. But yeah, that's why I've got my cap on. Right, how many we got left? We've got 3 left. 3 more shots. Again, fraction left. Hitting all these a little touch left now. Either need to start my line a little bit further right or keep that club face a little bit further open. But even still, they're going roughly the same distance. If anything, I'll probably hit the G5 a little bit better. But a bit crazy actually. Wasn't expecting this at all. Right, let's have 2 more. A little bit low and heely. Not the greatest of hits, still got up there. Right, I'm going to go one last one. One last shot now with the Ping G410, and then we're going to have a little look back at how it's actually performed. But already, I haven't seen much, to be honest. Right, last one. Dead straight down the middle. Carrying 230. It's not carrying very far at all. Right, it's time to find out how both clubs performed. But yeah, let's have a little look at the stats just to see what they're actually going to be showing us. So looking at the stats that I'm going to pop up right down here, what I want us to take note of is the fact that actually with the Ping G5, I hit it like a little bit further. madness, because looking at the two numbers, you're thinking, hang on a second, you've hit the G5 15-year-old club longer than the Ping G410. And the reason probably behind that is the fact that my backspin rate was actually a little bit lower with that Ping G5. But on the whole, I did hit the Ping G5 better than G410. Obviously, this is just me, and it differs for every single person. However, it is really important to get fitted and actually make sure the club that you're about to purchase really does add some distance onto your game. So for me now, looking at it, if I was looking at those numbers and I was custom fitting somebody, I wouldn't actually get them to swap their club. However, you will find when you're custom fitting that for some people, their regular flex, obviously with a new head in it, will go that little bit longer. But for me, hitting that Ping G5 to the Ping G410, I actually found I probably hit the Ping G5 that little touch better, and actually I would say that the sound was a lot better off the Ping G410. However, performance-wise, the main purpose of buying that golf club didn't actually perform better. So every time I custom fit, it is so important that I custom fit that person that is there on the day, because you want to make sure that they're buying a club that's worthwhile. There's no point spending £400 on a new driver and then finding out you probably hit your old one that little bit better. So really make sure that you do get custom fitted. Make sure that you are buying the right club, because otherwise it is a complete and utter waste of time. For me, if I was custom fit myself here, I would say that I probably don't need either of those clubs. I need to find something with a little bit less spin that's going to help add my distance on a little bit more. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed watching that video about the comparison between the Ping G5 and the Ping G410. And for me, I've gone with the Ping G5. Even though it's 15 years older, I actually hit it that little bit better. Hopefully you enjoyed watching the video, guys. If you did, make sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel for more content coming out every Wednesday and Friday night at 7 o'clock, and I will see you all again soon.